Hey guys, what's up? It's Slickshot Games here, and welcome to the map review. Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be looking at the map DE Marca by AIK Device or AIK Device. It takes place in a modern office in some kind of town center somewhere. I'll take a look around here. We've got the buildings in the back behind, some kind of skyscraper, another one. And right here, as you can see on first glance, a modern kind of contemporary looking office, which I'm actually a big fan of the modern design. We got the clean wood, carpet flooring with the kind of abstract design, tile kind of walls, and just a modern aesthetic, which I'm a big fan of. If you take a left, you get to A. If you take these two paths to the right, you go to B. So very simple layout. I'll be going over it real fast, telling you my thoughts, post plants, defense spots, etc., etc. All right, so let's head to A. We've got this angle right here to the left. And just like that, you're on A. You open the door. Very similar to Nuke, as you can see the Nuke aesthetic, the Nuke textures, and the squeaky doors you see on Nuke as well, which I'm actually a big fan of the Nuke look. It doesn't run the best on some computers, but it does have a clean kind of style, which I like, regardless of what you think of the actual Nuke map. But the aesthetic and the textures are quite nice. So you got this square angle right here. And I'm going to cover, actually a big fan of this area over here. It allows for there's a necessary sound or positional change you need to make to be able to enter the site, whether that be opening the door or breaking the glass here and having to hop through. So there's no kind of easy route. I guess the easy route alternative would be the door to just be open, but I like the ability to open, close, things like that. One kind of negative is, though, so this door is actually breakable. So that's nice. But there was another door over there that wasn't breakable on this site. I'll go over that one too, of course. But so you could actually break this door as a T, or maybe, I don't know, at certain times, maybe a CT, although I don't know why you wouldn't just open the door. If you're wondering, you can get up on basically all these boxes at will here. We've got this one. You could hop up on here. So we'll just start going over the defense spots as a CT. If you make it to this angle, you got this rafter type thing from Nuke as well. So from this angle, it's a one and done spot. All these up here are very one and done, no cover for obvious reasons. You do get kind of a high ground angle on the opponent, but you most likely will have to kind of kill them and then drop off. And you got this angle you could hide in. You've got this angle you could hide in. Just very passive. I don't want to really say ratty, but very kind of defensive corners, if you want to be polite about it, where you can just hide in a multitude and wait for the plant or jiggle peek, things like that. I think you can actually hide right here. If you sit close enough to the box, T's will not be able to see your head from this angle unless they start to come up here. Okay, that'll be obvious. If we jump up on here, here's another angle. Obviously, probably the most exposed angles of all of them. You may be able to get one, but it's called a one and done spot for a reason. You get the pick, you'll drop off, or you'll most likely die because you're just out in the open. Let's look at the alternate route for A. So the alternate route to A is to the right. Come through here. Once again, you got the nice modern style TV. Looks like a little lounge area. A secretary desk here where you can actually tuck yourself back here as well and look at what is mid, but I'll go over that in a second. But yeah, you go through this locker room and boom, you're on the site. So here is mid kind of area. You got the bathrooms on the left. This is mid because it connects A and B. The T's you'll see from that angle soon enough. But you can turn in here, and here's a third option for the A side. So you got a triple pronged attack. One through here, 1, 2, and 3. You got these three angles as a T that you can enter. So I do enjoy all the defense spots on here. I think it's really kind of well balanced. A lot to hide around, maybe too much potentially though. I think this corner and these corners might not need to be 100% necessary. Maybe only one corner would be needed. That could be a bit nitpicky, but it's just sometimes you don't want a site to be too overwhelming in terms of where the CTs could be hiding. Like, you don't want to be having to clear 3, 4, 5 corners, you know. I think a couple is the sweet spot, but more than that could just be kind of tedious and chory and maybe too defense-sided, but who knows? We'd have to play test it. All right, so let's check out the B site now. You could hop up on these chairs, make a mess here, and right here's the B site. More of a back end. Well, the other A site as well kind of is a warehouse. So, but this is more of a tech server room of some kind. Definitely not something that normal people coming to this office, non-workers, would see. So it looks like here's the plant spot. Looks like this is an area where they'd want to blow it up, whatnot. So you could also come in here and you could take a right into this storage room back here. It's very similar to Office now in the sense that there's these boxes that you could hide behind. Once again, be very, very kind of stealthy, hold these angles. And I do like these kind of tight spots. It does get pretty brawly at times. I don't believe you can jump up here. It's just not enough room, but you could even hide behind here. This stuff like this probably should not be a thing. It is very one and done, but my goodness. A CT being tucked back there, wow. Be pretty hard to see at times. So the alternate route is to the left here. And boom. Now, once again, similar to the first entry site to A, you have to break the glass to actually get inside. So there's no easy way to actually get inside without making an audible noise. You can kind of crouch back here. You are prone to be headshots, but to get headshotted, but it's ultimately something you'd probably be playing back here. You wouldn't be right here. You could be holding an angle, get a pick, smoke it off, back up, rotate, whatnot. So that's that. Let's check out this site from the T side. All right, so now we're on the T side. You got some cars here in the parking lot. You can see more skyscrapers in the back. Once again, really do like the aesthetic, the logo, all that jazz. So if you come in here, this basically acts as, or if you take a right, this basically acts as your mid area. You can go B, up the stairs, or you can come through here and go through A there, or end up in the CT spawn lobby. But obviously there's going to be resistance. It's not going to be easy to get to these spots. So alternatively, you can take a left, come up here. Once again, really like the aesthetic. You got these offices here. This is solely for aesthetics. This is kind of a team hangout spot over here, probably just chill on your break or whatnot. But you probably could just be way back here holding for a push of some kind, but ultimately the real action is going to be in this hallway where you can take a right, or you could take a left, or you can go straight to the site. Most likely this will be smoked off. Now, I think they shouldn't have this be so maybe close, or maybe put more obstacles in the way. This does feel mighty open. There could be some kind of CT holding this with an op, get an angle, back up, whatever. But I think ultimately maybe more space would be nice. But you take a left, this was this kind of storage room where you could loop around. If you take a right, you can actually jump down here and be on the site. So I really like that jump spot right there. You could tuck here. Maybe it might be obvious, but maybe you could just smoke off the CTs, run away over here, slowly jiggle peek, kind of see if they're holding any angles, and actually hop in, and then take the site. You can plant anywhere in this area right here. So pretty generous compared to the first site. So in terms of post plants, what are we talking here? So there's not so much places to hide on site. These boxes are just simply not big enough to be able to hold all angles. You're going to get caught off. So you plant the bomb, whatever. And where do you go? So you could push this situation here, get a little aggressive, maybe hold this angle. That's one option. Secondly, as usual on most maps, backtrack. So you can actually tuck yourself in this corner, wait for a defuse, peek, kill him. You come through here, backtrack once more, and have someone else from this angle. Wait, open the door, make a distraction. Is the door breakable? I don't think this door is breakable. Alright, so this door is breakable, which is also nice because it doesn't leave an area, a spot where the T's kind of spamming the door and they can't break it. So there's that. If they put a box here, another box or something, or maybe shorten this window, that would be nice. I think that it's very spacious, very limited spots to hide, where as a T or CT probably would want a little bit more spots. So maybe some more leeway in that sense, maybe another box, some more spatial, matter on site to be able to use for your defensive coverage. All right, so back in T spawn, you can come over here, and now you're in this big, open, spacious back area right here. And there's the A site with the wires. I'm sorry, with the trucks and things like that. You can plant anywhere in this, of course, as usual. No farther than the red line. If we're talking about post plants, naturally, once again, you'll be back here. As a T, you could actually come in here. You could hop in here into the secretary room, open the door, get a different angle, another pronged attack here. You could have somebody kind of creep in here carefully and then open the door and have like a multi-peek here if you really wanted to get that T or CT. So you come in here and then you can open this door and you're also there. So lots of options to enter the site. So we're talking about post plants. That is one of them, kind of playing way back there. One of them would probably be playing in one of these corners. Similar to Inferno, like orange, first orange, second orange. You kind of could be just playing in this tight corner right here. These corners are normally very good for that. Likewise, this corner is very vulnerable to that, so not the most effective. You can break the window and maybe get aggressive with it. Push the situation, as it were. Just kind of get up in their faces, hold close, tight angles here, and when they round the corner, pop their heads off. Likewise, you could play around this area if you wanted to, but once again, not the biggest thing though. It's very prone to this. It's probably hard to carousel with this because of all the holes you're going around in circles or eventually going to catch you. But one thing I really do like about the map is the scaling. I think a lot of these maps fall into an issue where there are too many thin winding pathways, too much pathways. It could get, or too large in scale. If you look at all the Valve maps, the official Valve maps, they're normally smaller in scale actually. The boxes are bigger, the pathways are a little wider. You don't see any of these little kind of tight corridors too much. If you look at an overview, which makes them so easy to understand, so easy to pick up. So that's one quality I like to see in maps: the scaling. How big is it? Does it have options, but is it not overwhelming? Things like that. So I think this map is very balanced from the looks of it overall, just in terms of scale. Now there could be too many boxes on this site, but I think overall it's actually quite balanced pretty well, I think. So we got one more area up here, which is this kind of area where you drop. There's no way to get back up there. You could actually also jump on this fence and jump on the truck. Jump up on this. A lot of things you could jump up on. Not sure how effective they would be, but overall, my thoughts are I really do enjoy the map. I love the aesthetic, and I actually do like the layout quite a lot. I think they did an excellent job. If they just work on what they have so far, improve it even more, and make minor adjustments, I absolutely see a map like this being in the game. So other than that, thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Please don't forget to turn notification and subscribe for more CSGO and gaming news related content. If you have any maps you'd like me to check out, I'd love to hear it and love to help you out with that. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day, and I'll catch you guys next week.